Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. You know, we're going back many years now. People just don't build haystacks in their fields anymore. Not, you know, with a thatched roof on the haystack and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say that that's probably not something that would really happen. Maybe it does in a few places, but I can't really see it happening a lot anywhere. And because I don't see it happening a lot, and because it sort of seems like a very, very niche thing, I'm gonna say no, I'm not gonna do that. And as I don't have a baler, I'm not going to be storing the straw. So there's my reason for not storing the straw. We will deal without having straw to start with, and then we can always change that over later on, should we need to. You know, it would probably help if I turn my plough over. So I'm ploughing in the right direction here. Let's bring you in there like that, shall we? Oops, no, lower down. Right, off you go. That's more like it. Turning the stuff the right way. That was a pretty bad start. That wasn't really what we wanted to be doing. So one more pass, then we'll go and empty out the combine again, and we can also get the tractor with the cultivator up here, and that one's going to start working on our new field. Well, I do have to go down and just tidy up that corner down there. There's one last little tiny bit that we want to do. So let's bring you up this way. Put the plough over and down and up across here. Yeah, if I remove that tree that's right in front of us, and I don't think we need to worry about any other trees being removed. It's just the one over in that far corner, just because I think that it might be in the way. So we will go and get that one as well. But I don't think that's going to be a major problem. But anyway, this tractor can stay right here for a minute. I'll turn off that one. We're not going to want that for a second. And I will go back down this way. I'm going to want you. You can sit there for a minute. You can fire up and what do you got? 3,500. Alright, I will bring this one over. We'll run you down here. I'll stick you under the combine spout. And then I will leave you there. Because the combine shouldn't go anywhere. Because he stopped, he should just stay right where he is until he's unloaded. And he does. He will stay right where he is until he's unloaded. So he can stay there. And then I will go to this tractor. Get that cultivator on over there. Run that up to the field. And then we want that wood chipper and stump grinder. So we've got a little bit of work that we need to go and do with that one. So let's get you. Take you up. While I'm running this up, I'm going to have a little drink. The other advantage of owning everything outside of the field lines now is that we can, if we want to, go and trim the verges with our little mower. Something else that I used to do is just go and find little bits of grass here and there and trim them down. Although you didn't get a lot. Like a lot of the map didn't have grass that was kind of available to go and do anything with. So you were still kind of limited on that, on where you could go with it. You know, I'm thinking that tree there, we could probably just leave it and not worry about it. So it's only the tree at the other end that we need to worry about. You're fine. Turn you off a minute. And you're the one that I want. And I want to take you down this end. And then we've got some long runs to work on ploughing up that road there. We'll plough up the entire road, get rid of all of it. So let me allow create field. And then I'll come down here and I'm just going to bring in this corner. I mean, I'm going to be heading down and getting the stump grinder thingy-majiggy in a minute. So I might as well plough up, remove that tree there. There's no reason why not. Right, that'll do there. I don't need to do anything more than that. That's all that needs to be done. It's a neat and tidy corner. It doesn't have to be absolutely spot on, perfectly square in order for it to work. It's just got to be mostly square in order for it to work, and then we're happy with it. Now, I did sort of like I don't know. I'm like genuinely torn. I mean, it's handy being able to come up this road, I suppose, but I do have the road at the other end. Like I am a bit torn on this one as to whether to plough up that bit of road. Just there. I've already ploughed up that bit of road, so we will only be able... We'll either have to go up this way along here and then back through, or we go up that road and then up there. Is it going to be of any kind of advantage to keep that, or do we turn that into more field? And whilst I think it does sort of look good having that bit of road there and having that option to use it, I don't honestly think it's going to make that much of a difference. Like, when you look at the distance that you need to travel, we come down here. Like, if you go to there, you go along, over, and then you out that way a bit, and then back over. Or here, we're out that way a bit, and then back over. And you still got to go down to this yard here anyway. So it doesn't really... It's like there's no real difference in the distance that you've got to travel. I suppose, really, the only difference would be from there. Like, going from that one, you come out and you go up this road and along. It is marginally less distance to travel that way. You know, I think I'm probably overthinking this. Let's just not do that road for now. We can always come back and do that road later on. I've got other bits that I want to plough up now at the moment anyway, so I could always we can always go and do those. Right, I got agro plough on there. It's saying 2.5. We will do it like that. I want to rotate you round 90 degrees like that, and right, where are you going to start? Alright, I will, if I go Alt, page down, bring you back over this way a bit, like this, and I will move you further still over to there. Back a little bit. Let's try about there, I should think, and then Alt X, like that. Right, I do need to do that. I want to turn that one round so that I've got the offset on the other side. Like that. And then I want to rotate the plough over so that I'm ploughing towards the outside edge. I think I actually ploughed in the opposite direction to this last time. But this is just fine like this. We can do it like this. So that one will drop down there. It would probably help if I allowed the creation of fields. Drop you in like that. Okay, so I won't plough up the road, partly because it is going to take quite a while to go and do it, and I think maybe we should save a bit of time and worry about that later, and also because I don't need to, like, yeah. I'm thinking that we'll keep the road for now, and we'll see how much we actually use it later, and see if we do want to, like, come back and change things around a little bit. I mean, if we do, then we will start doing it slightly differently. But for now, we will leave it just as it is. So you can start running up through here. And I just want to see this one get to the little rough patch that we've got just up over that side. And then make sure it can get through there. There's that little dip right there. Let's just see if we have any bits of terrain missing from that when they go through. I don't imagine they will. Don't think that is going to present any kind of problem there. I mean, if it does, then I don't think that's going to be an issue. Right, we'll leave you. You are 92%. Are you going to finish the entire run just on that? I don't really know. Don't really mind. Either way, I want to keep going with this one. So let's run you up here. We've got, I would say, this pass and 2 more passes to properly fill this one out. And then this field is done. And then we can go down and we can have a look at the other field. So there was a little bit of landscaping that I wanted to do around one corner of that other field as well, just to make that one all work out perfectly. And that means then we've got like the maximum amount of land that we can get from that field as well. It's just those little extra bits, the bits on the corners, the odd tree here and there that we weren't able to move in the original game that we can now get rid of. We can move, we can shift out of the way, and it's absolutely wonderful. It's genuinely brilliant that we can go and shift these things out of the way. We can move these trees, we can do all of the little tiny bits that we wanted to do. At least some of you wanted to do back in the glory days of FS13, and now I'm finally able to actually do them, which is brilliant. It's wonderful. So yes, as many of you pointed out, I'm reliving the glory days, but I'm reliving them and I'm doing the things that I really wanted to be able to do back then, but I was never able to do. So that's what I gotta keep in mind when I'm making decisions. It's not just how did I used to do it, but how did I want to do it? And that's what most of this is going to be about, is how did I want to do it, and how do I want to do it? You know, this series is not all about realism. I mean, yes, I do try to play fairly realistically, unless it's doing something that I'm not particularly interested in, like handling bales or handling timber. Timber, I'm just going to remove the trees as quickly and as efficiently as I possibly can. Handling bales, auto-load all the way. And then once we get to larger scale stuff, then I'll start using larger capacities on the machines in order to make that work in my favor as well. Right, I want to rotate the plow over, and this is the final pass. Our field here will be done. We can go and have a look at the next field once we've done this. So let's drop you in there. Are you... Ooh, you did actually get it right there. I don't know if it would quite reach that bit of the field. So last little slice up through there. The combine is saying that it is full. So as soon as I've done this, we'll drive down to the field and then we can go and take a look at the combine. We'll have straw that we need to pick up. So then we can start getting ready to do more cultivating. I'm just going to leave this tractor up here, running up and down doing the cultivating up here. And in the meantime, we can like clear the straw from the field down the bottom, and as soon as we've cleared some of it, we could also put a cultivator going down there. Although maybe I don't want to put a cultivator going down there just yet, because I want to enlarge that field. Alright, maybe we'll bring the cultivator up here and we'll have him working on this field for a bit. And then we can have a seed drill working up here and getting this one planted before we worry about the other one. Right, you're done. I can turn off the allow create fields. There's nothing worse than spending done this, by the way. You spend ages and ages working on a job to... Right, that was not folding there. You can only fold the plow if it's in facing one direction. So we'll do it like that, and then fold, and it just folds like this. This one just stays like that. It's not one that turns over and runs with the wheel on the ground, like the Amazon one that we used to have. I think it was an Amazon. I don't actually remember. But anyway, let's run you in around here. The original combine in this one was it wasn't a Massey Ferguson combine. It was a Deutz, or before Deutz-Fahr became Deutz-Fahr. You had Deutz and you had Fahr, I believe. And combine, it might have been a Fahr combine, just an F-A-H-R combine, if I remember the comments section correctly. So I don't completely remember what I was told on that front, but it's not far off something like that. Not far off. Far. Yeah, you see what I did there? It looked kind of like this one, though. It did look kind of like this one. I don't actually remember completely what the people in the comment section said about which the combine is. So, yeah, apologies for that. That's just my memory, though. Right, if I let you do that, you're starting up again. So then what we can do is we can go on a little bit further, and we can take off the last of the oats as we run up through here. So we'll take this straw. We'll run it back to the yard, and we'll do something with that. So I'm going to put this tractor on another cultivator and run that one up to the top field. And then we'll get the forage wagon going on our... what have we got here? Fendt. Oh, so it's not Deutz, is it? No, Fendt. We get the forage wagon going on the Fendt down here, and then as soon as we've done that, right, you switch over to there like that. Helper C has completed their task. Let's close that one down. Let's move you out of the way like this. We'll run you back to the yard, and we will park you up. I think there's anything else that I need to do with this one. Now, somebody said if I turn the dirt off, the machinery damage will also be turned off as well. I'm not sure if that's still a thing or not. Like, that's... I mean, I guess the easy way to check is if I just drive this one over to the workshop, and we'll see what the header is like. Because the header on a combine wears out pretty quickly, doesn't it? So if we sort of focus on that bit, then we'll see just how much damage has been done to it, or how much damage has not been done to it. So yeah, get that tractor going with the cultivator, and then once that one's going, we can get that tractor on with the forage wagon, and we can gather up the straw that's in the field, and then once we've done that, we can focus on, like, maybe getting the ploughing done. So you are there, and there's the header on it. Alright, let's repair these. It doesn't look like... It looks like we still have the whole repairing thing going on. I didn't actually want the repairing thing going on. Like, that is... Like, it's nice, you know, you got some maintenance on your machinery and stuff like that you got to pay for, but it was kind of like an added little thing that I wasn't too concerned about for this series. So if I could turn it off, that would be good. Whether or not what we've done is just from what we've previously had happening here. So let's lower you down. And I haven't actually had any new damage on any of the machinery. If that's the case, then brilliant. That's wonderful. Start you up. 13,000 litres of oats. Let's have a look. We've got 0 litres of oats at the moment, and in there I'm on 1,790, and oats 2,030 is about the best price that we could hope for. That's all the way down at the port. Don't really want to drive down to the port. Not at the moment anyway, so we'll go and tip this into storage. 13,000 litres. And we'll leave it there. We'll worry about selling oats later on. It might be that we come back and that stays in storage now until we have another crop, which is going to take a little while. We got several other crops that we need to go through. We do need to start saving up a little bit of money so that we've got another header for our combine. We need a corn header. But we can have a corn header for this combine. We get one of the other ones. We don't have a special corn header for this particular combine. But what I'd actually like to do is I'd like to get a bigger combine. That I would like to be our next upgrade, because the tractors, we've got 3 tractors now, so we can get extra small machinery, and we could just have multiples of those running up and down the field. That works quite well. That works very well indeed. But what we don't have is combine capacity at the moment. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to increase the amount of combining that we can do. Let's go there and tip that bit out as well. If I can increase the amount of combining that we're able to do, that would be absolutely fantastic. And as I see it, the only real way that we're going to do that is if we buy a new combine. So that's going to be fairly expensive, though. And I'm wondering how we should go about doing it. I mean, obviously selling crops is our best way of doing that. You know what? This needs to be over here. We want to drop the trailers off over here. There's where the road train parks up, along this side. Park you there. Forward a little bit. Right, I'll dump you there, and then I'll go and get the cultivator, and I'll run that one up to the top field. And, yeah, plough needs to be unhitched so that we can get going with that job over there, pulling in all of that straw. get you on here. Start running. I'm just going to put this one going from the opposite side of the field to what the tractor we've got up there is working. What tractor is that? That is Fendt, is it? Yeah, I don't actually remember what tractor that is that we've got up there. Seriously, what tractor is that? It's the Fiat, not a Fendt. Right, the Fiat over here is doing a grand job racing up and down the field, and we've got a reasonable bit done so far. This one right here, I get you unfolded, will start on the opposite side of the field to you, and you can start racing up and down. It's all ploughed out, it's all done here. We're not going to plough up the road today. Maybe we will in the future. Okay, you're struggling a bit to move there. I don't quite know why. No idea what that's in aid of. But you're moving now, and that's the important thing, so I'm not going to ask too many questions here. You do seem to be struggling, you do. Why are you struggling so much? Why are you struggling so much? I mean, look at him. He's genuinely struggling to move here at all. Not like the other one. I mean, his horsepower is lower than the other one. You know, I don't know. I really don't know on that one. There could be a dozen reasons for that. The plough, we will put that one in the shed over here next to the forage wagon, as it's not something that we're going to be using a lot of. Now, actually, there's a good way to find out if the damage to machinery is turned on or off, because we bought this one after we turned off the dirt. So, in theory, okay, there's nothing happening on there, which means that that's the wrong way round. Bring you over this way, then. Let's put you there. Maybe that'll be close enough. Right. So, the tractor can be repaired. Yeah, 166. That one. The plough has been damaged. So, I've turned off dirt, but damage to machinery is still happening. It appears that you cannot turn that option off. That does have to stay on. Not really thrilled about that. I would have preferred it to just not have been on at all, but that's how it is, then that's how it is. We will leave it there. It used to be, apparently, according to some comments, that it was tied up to dirt being on or off, and it was proved in a number of videos. However, it would appear that that was an unintentional thing from Giants, and it would also appear that that has now been patched. So, unfortunately, we don't have that as an option anymore. Something that I might do is alter... See, this one right here, it's picking up at 15k. 15k is maximum speed. Now, if I have a look in here and we look at the forage wagons, where are loading wagons right there, that one will pick up at 20k. That one is a lot faster, picking stuff up off the ground. That one's 15, that one does 30k, and that's won by Stevie. This one right here is 20, that one's 20, so actually that one, that's 56,000. The one I'm using is 25,000. That one there is 23,000 litres and it does 20k. So it's a newer machine, it goes altogether faster. This is 24,500 litres on this one, and that one there is 23,000. So this one actually has slightly higher capacity. Not a great deal, but it does go 25, it's actually 30, a third as fast again. So we get an extra 33% speed, and it does all the way up to 20k up and down the field, rather than the 15. And I think that would make it a worthy investment. Being able to go that much faster definitely is something that we want to look into, and that might be something that I look into sooner rather than later, rather than waiting until we get to particularly big scale. One that drives faster up and down the rows is definitely the sort of thing that we want to be thinking about, because this is a fairly sedate pace, and despite the fact that it's not being, speeding up the machinery is not something that I would have done in the earlier stages of my gameplay, because this is a Let's Play, you're not going to want me to be doing a few fields of driving up and down rows of straw at a steady and sedate pace. It's going to get boring. And so I think it might be a good idea if I was to look for something that can go a little bit faster. So maybe a Stevie version of one of the smaller forage wagons or something like that. So I might consider that for a bit later on and like tag on an extra 10 grand on the price tag for the ability to go faster or something. So there are a number of different options. I mean, you can give me your thoughts and opinions on that in the comment section down below. It's going to be a while before we actually get a forage wagon going again on the series, because this is the last straw crop that we're doing for a little bit. We've got canola next, then we're doing sunflowers, so we're going to need a corn header before we get to harvesting the sunflowers. Then we've got beans, which is standard header, and then we've got corn over here, which again is a corn header. So I've got 2 crops right there that are going to require a corn header, and if I've got the money for it, I will go straight into doing a root crop, although that could take a little while to do, and I'm not sure if I've got the money to buy the materials. Root crops on this series. I am most likely, at least to start with, just going to do potatoes. I know there are 1 or 2 people that watch that are fans of potatoes and have been asking me to do Tatey-Pos for quite some time. So Tatey-Pos will be the focus for root crops that we do. It's just whether or not I start them early on, because I'm not doing leasing. I don't want to lease any machinery. I just want to buy machinery. Just, you know, the ability to lease machinery was something I kind of liked the idea of, but I'd rather not get into leasing too much machinery. I'd rather just do it as, you know, leased items in here. I got none leased at the moment. I'd rather just do it as only stuff that can be bought, despite the fact that I kind of liked the I would have liked the idea of being able to do it back in my days of playing FS13. I would have, I thought that would have been a very cool thing to be able to do. I'm still kind of thinking I'll play that one as FS13 was done. I don't know, purely to add a little bit of challenge to it, I think. There's no particular reason that I can think of offhand as to why I'd want to do that, because I did like, when leasing machinery was first brought in, I thought it was absolutely wonderful. I thought it was a brilliant idea, and it was something that I've been wanting to be able to do for a while. That being said, I'm not going to hold myself to that completely religiously. Right, 2,600 from that. What are we getting for straw at the moment? Straw from the barn, 122 per 1,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. And yeah, what was it I was baling? No, it was potatoes. Potato technology. So I've got the... Well, actually, we got that roper right there. It's 160. That does a 1.8 meter pickup width. That one there is 1.8. That's got 9,200 capacity. That one's got 10,000. And then we've got the potato planters as well. And the problem is these things cost a lot of money, don't they? Right? They're quite expensive to get going. That one... Does that remove the tops? I don't think it does. I don't think that one removes the tops either. I think both of them require you to go along and remove the tops first. So we have to have that one and remove the tops. I think we've relived enough glory days just for a moment. We're going to take a breather. We're going to have a little bite to eat. And then we can get back to it, nice and refreshed, and relive a few more glory days. There should be some names coming up right now that you can have a look at. It's names of people who are in the Great Book of Names, people who have supported this channel, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.